The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Ashley Mitchell stepped onto the crystalline platform. Around her, representatives from 47 species watched with barely concealed contempt. Humanity had been part of the galactic community for only 3 standard cycles, and already they had earned a reputation, not for their technology, their diplomacy, or their culture, but for something far more disturbing. Their enemies simply disappeared. "The Council demands an explanation," growled Commander Vexthor, his chitinous plates clicking with agitation. The Crithian Empire had lost an entire battle fleet near the Terran colony of New Brisbane. 3,000 warships gone, no debris, no distress signals, nothing. Ashley's expression remained calm, almost serene. "Commander, as I've stated in 17 previous sessions, we had no involvement in the disappearance of your fleet." "Lies." The word echoed through the chamber. Vexthor's 6 eyes blazed with fury. "They were last detected entering the New Brisbane system. Your colony, your territory, your responsibility." She nodded slowly. "Yes, they entered our system, with weapons armed and shields raised, I might add. In violation of treaty, we were conducting military exercises. 3,000 warships conducting exercises. In our home system, without notification." Ashley's voice carried a hint of steel now. "Interesting choice of location." Alex Chen, Humanity's military liaison, stood beside her, his face unreadable. He was younger than Ashley, barely 30, but his eyes held the weight of someone who had seen too much. The other species found him unsettling. He never threatened, never postured. He simply watched, and somehow that was worse. The Vryn delegate, a being of pure energy contained in a crystalline matrix, pulsed with agitation. "The Crithians are not alone in their losses. My people sent a punitive fleet to the human outpost on Kepler 442b 2 weeks ago. We have heard nothing since." "Neither have we," Ashley replied. "Perhaps they found something more interesting than attacking a mining colony." "The Zelthar Confederacy lost 800 ships near Proxima Centauri," added another delegate, their translator struggling with the series of clicks and whistles. "The pattern is clear. Humanity is using some weapon, some technology we don't understand." Alex finally spoke, his voice quiet but carrying through the chamber with unnatural clarity. "You're right about one thing. You don't understand." Every eye turned to him. Ashley tensed slightly. They had discussed this, rehearsed this, but Alex had always been unpredictable. "We didn't destroy your fleets," he continued. "We didn't need to." "Would you like to know what really happened to them?" The chamber erupted in demands, threats, accusations. Ashley raised her hand and surprisingly silence fell. She had that effect. The galaxy was learning that when humans wanted attention, they got it. "Show them," she said softly to Alex. He pulled a small device from his pocket, and a holographic display materialized above the platform. It showed the Crithian battle fleet, 3,000 strong, entering the New Brisbane system. Their weapons were indeed armed, their formation aggressive. Then the image shifted. The ships began to slow, their formation breaking apart. Not from damage, not from system failures, from confusion. The hologram zoomed in on the flagship's bridge, and through some technology the Council couldn't identify, they could see inside. The Crithian crew sat at their stations, staring at their screens, but their expressions, they were wrong. Not afraid, not angry, transfixed. Some were weeping. Others sat with their mouths open in wonder. One by one, they left their stations, moving toward the viewports. "What is this?" Vexthor demanded, but his voice wavered. "This is what your people saw when they entered our territory uninvited," Alex said. The hologram expanded, showing the view from the flagship's main viewport. It was Earth. But not just Earth, it was every Earth. Every version, every possibility, every moment. Past and future, real and imagined, all existing simultaneously in the same space. The continents shifted and changed. Ice ages came and went in seconds. Cities rose and fell like breathing. Oceans turned to deserts, turned to forests, turned to glass. And among it all, humans. Billions of them. Trillions. Every human who had ever lived or ever would live, all visible at once, going about their lives across countless timelines. All overlapping, all real. "Impossible," someone whispered. "We didn't do this," Ashley said, her voice gentle now. "We can't control it. We don't even fully understand it. But when other species enter our systems with hostile intent, This is what they encounter. The human quantum signature. Our consciousness doesn't exist in a single timeline like yours does. We exist in all of them simultaneously. When you look at Earth, you don't see a planet. You see every version of humanity that ever was or will be, all at once. The hologram showed the Crithian soldiers abandoning their stations, some walking through corridors, others simply sitting and staring. Not a single weapon was fired. Not a single engine activated. Where did they go? Vexthor's voice was barely audible. Alex's expression was impossible to read. They're still there. All of your missing fleets. They're in orbit around our worlds, their crews, experiencing us. Most of them will recover eventually. They'll remember their names, their missions, but they'll never be the same. How could they be? After seeing that? After seeing everything we are, everything we've been, everything we'll become, Ashley added. After experiencing the weight of human existence across all possible timelines, it changes you. This is a weapon, Vexthor said, but there was no conviction in his words. No, Ashley replied. It's just us. We didn't choose this. We didn't build it. We simply are. And when you come to our worlds with violence in your hearts, you don't find death. You find humanity in all its infinite, overwhelming complexity. The council sat in stunned silence. So I'll ask you again, Ashley said, her voice carrying across the chamber. Do you really want to attack humanity? Because we won't fight back. We don't need to. You'll simply lose yourself in us. And when you find yourself again, if you find yourself again, you'll realize that war with humanity isn't about winning or losing. It's about whether you can handle the truth of what we are. Alex smiled then, a small, sad expression. The galaxy saw humanity arrive, and then your armies vanished. Not because we destroyed them, but because they finally saw us, really saw us, and realized that some species aren't meant to be conquered. Some species are meant to be understood. And understanding humanity, he left the sentence unfinished. He didn't need to complete it. Every delegate in the chamber was already thinking the same thing. Understanding humanity might be more terrifying than any weapon. The council session adjourned without a vote. No formal peace was declared, but the attacks on human colonies stopped. All across the galaxy, military commanders looked at their star charts and found new routes. Routes that carefully, deliberately avoided every system with a human presence, because some mysteries weren't worth solving, and humanity, strange and infinite and impossibly complex, remained the galaxy's greatest enigma. The species that won wars not through violence but through simply being themselves.